Hey, Brian from Garage Wall. Today I have a RovyVon flashlight. I love flashlights. I always have a flashlight on me. The type of work I do, I always find myself like needing a little extra light. This has a little clip on it, which is great because you can put that like in a shirt pocket, your pants pocket, my jeans pocket, typically where I use a flashlight. Just to give you kind of a size comparison, this is my regular work flashlight. It takes batteries. Absolutely love this. However, it takes batteries. So the one downfall about it is if I'm out somewhere and the battery dies, it's an issue trying to get like a replacement, battery for it. I don't know how simpler else to put it. This little guy is rechargeable, so I can charge this in my truck. I can charge this on the road. When I'm done for the day, I can basically just have access to this little USB port that's right here on the side of the flashlight. And it is pretty watertight. So that's a USB-C, if you can see that. So easily powered by a USB cord, and you can see how it has that blue little light there. Probably hard to kind of see. This thing is like so small, but charges up really fast, and it's rechargeable, which is absolutely great. And then you basically put your clip back on here. So you can kind of like slide up, and then that just basically clips onto your pocket inside your jeans or like your shirt pocket, like I said before. So it's got a couple different functions on it. So if you push this button here, the light button on, and just hold it in for a quick second, so you have a nice bright little light. And then if you give it 2 clicks, you have your different light modes, and you can see the brightness just drop right down. That is like super light, and then it starts going back up again. And I will bring this outside and I'll show you, because the lighting effect on this is absolutely like it's pretty incredible. Just to kind of like see right there, and then again that's like its dimmest, and then you just hold that in, and then that will turn it off. And this feature I love the most is you just hold that in and it turns on to its brightest setting. And I use this an awful lot, and the size of it I thought was going to be like a deterrent pretty much for me, because I'm like, oh, I'm absolutely going to lose it. This clip is going to come off, and I am rough when I am working, and I was surprised this was easily accessible right in my pocket. The clip stayed on all day. I've actually had this for a few days. I've been trying it out. I've been wearing it high on my pocket and my jeans pocket, and jumping in and out of my truck, going in and out of stores all over the place. I forgot I was actually carrying it because it is so light. And then when I needed a light, boom, hit it. And this is primarily like the main switch that I am going to use for whatever I am looking for out there in the world. And very rarely do I want to keep the flashlight on. It's usually a quick, hey, where did that screw go that I dropped? Where's that tool? Do I have a bag in the back of my truck? Just something quick and easy. And I charged this up, and I basically went all week on and off, back and forth, using it. I even turned it on at one point, and I just basically left it sit on. Let me just get this. So I basically left that on a vehicle that I was working on, and I just like let it sit there and do its whole thing for, I think the repair, it was probably about like 90 minutes in total. And this thing just kept shining the whole way, no problems. I was able to move it around, angle it where I needed it to, and it comes with a couple different accessories in here. So you get a little key ring that's in there. You get an extra USB hatch on there, so because if you pull too hard on it, you probably could pull that out. And then it has a little magnet clip for the back of the flashlight, which I have not used yet, but that will come in super handy. So let's pull that out. So we will put that right onto the back, and it snaps in right onto the back part. And it kind of like show you how useful that is. I can plug it, I can have it basically stick. So now I have like a pretty much like a spotlight that I can use for my camera and everything. And that is basically just sticking on a screw that is hanging off my one camera. So that is a super powerful magnet. And like I said, that super handy, and it clips on and off, so you can remove that easily if you wanted to. Now I have it on, I'm probably going to like end up keeping it. So anything that I don't like about this, the size, but I think that's a plus. So like it's small but like super powerful. Like this is so bright. When I bring you outside and I'll show you the performance of this, it's like it's staggering how bright it is, how well it lights up the area. This part of it does get a little on the warm side, but it's not like hot to the touch. Like I can touch it, but it does get a little warm. And I accidentally left it on, had it in my pocket, and after a couple of minutes I was like, why is my pocket warm? Pulled the flashlight out, and it was still obviously working. And that's been like all week. Like I said, all week on a charge, and I did a 90-minute repair, as well as I used it to just illuminate anything that I needed just by holding that down. And it was like great. Going into your attic, boom, you know, you got your light, you can find anything you have. Surprisingly bright, powerful, and like I said, I can recharge it. Now the clip kind of gets in the way, and that's something like I've been messing around with it. I've been trying to find like the best position for it. I haven't. It kind of blocks the USB recharging thing on this, but again, it lasts so long. I'm a week plus, and I haven't had to charge it yet. So my delusion is, if you use a flashlight as much as I do, you might have to charge this, you know, a couple times a month. Beats having to put a battery in there that's going to die. The clip is stable. It's beefy enough that I don't think it's going to break on you. It hasn't broken on me. I've had it all week. And again, just the fact I can just pull it out, and I got a quick light that I can just light up the area. Like, I mean, look how that lights up behind me. Let alone if I was outside in the dark, like on my door. Lights up all my little gadgets and gizmos, and you can actually light up all the dust on my desk. So time to clean my my studio desk. But again, so far, very pleasantly surprised with this, and yeah, pretty awesome. Oh, and that's another thing I noticed. I've done this a couple times. If you don't have the clip lined up right, you can slide it into that little USB port that's there, and then you're going to be like all discombobulated on like, hey, why did that happen? So anyway, try to line it up nice and straight on the sides. It kind of finds its little natural home there, and you're good to go. Or you can put it onto the back side if you wanted to. But again, like I said, the only really negative comment I can make about it is I'd like for that USB port to not be obstructed by this little clip. And like I said, if I turn it around, it just, I mean, then it like basically kind of like covers the button up. So again, the only negative. Other than that, absolutely love it. It's great. And like I said, the only time you need to get to the USB is when you're going to be charging it. And yeah, so that's actually kind of like maybe an extra safeguard. It keeps that USB port like closed. But long video for a tiny little flashlight, but absolutely love it. Anyway, okay, so it's pretty dark out here, and so that's the flashlight. You can kind of see some of the back residual light, but I like how it has this one button here. You just hold that down, and I mean, look how that just lights everything up. Absolutely crazy. So, and then it has a couple different modes. So you hold it in, and then you basically just hit it twice, and then that will light up the area. And then you just hit it once, and that's kind of like a lower setting. gives you kind of an idea. That's a little bit brighter. And then that's like the brightest. So I mean, this little guy is like so bright, it's crazy. And then again, you just hold it in and I'll turn it off. And like I said, I love this mode that you just basically hold that light, and then as soon as you let go, it turns the light off. And I use that mode quite a bit just to kind of like trying to find something really quick. But yeah, absolutely awesome. Brian from Garage Mahal, thanks for watching and be safe out there.